Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
One into the office. So just get point of view.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna warm up, don't worry. Okay. It's all gonna make a big circle. Big circle here. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Come a little closer to this side. Alright, and then over here, like a half circle. Do a half circle. Okay, perfect. Okay, so pretty much I've been teaching adjusting now for I don't know how long now, maybe 2 years, but I taught before when I was like just graduated, but then I got really into this, just helping students and future chiropractors out. And the big thing that I always notice is is the idea of what makes a good adjuster, or what makes you a good adjuster. So come on now. We're making a half circle, so just kind of keep it open on that. Yeah. Good. And I want you guys, so I'm just perfect. So there's a couple concepts or ideas, like or things that we should have in terms of what makes someone a good adjuster. So what would you say are maybe 3 things that you might, someone that hasn't taken the seminar for me? Intention makes a good adjustment. Okay. So speed. Okay, so speed is definitely one of them. Okay. So something that's more objective, I would say. So intention is good, but it's not as objective.
Knowing your anatomy.
So knowing your anatomy. So that goes with specificity, specificity, like knowing what area in the right segment. Okay. Anything else?
Good setup.
Yes. So those are the 3. I would say the 3 S's is specificity, speed, and setup. Okay, so those are the 3 things, and I kind of went over a lot of the setup out there or earlier, but in terms of adjusting, we want to really get the speed. So a big part of cervical adjusting is especially speed. And so I haven't watched any of you guys adjust cervicals yet, but that was the main thing, is how close can you get to adjusting like an activator, where it just moves that little bit but super fast. It's like a small twitch. Okay, and so I know you were talking about toggle, so toggle those triceps. So mostly though, we're training our bodies to do a small twitch, fast twitch muscle firing in the position that we're going to adjust. So in the setup that we're going to adjust. So if we're going to do a cervical with a dip, then we're going to just do a quick fire all the way through from the pec and the core into that area. Okay. And I know like downstairs do like a little twist and torque. So we're not doing that because that's not what when we're doing a supine adjustment. We're not doing that. We're just getting that small twitch to fire. Okay. And then also, so that's a big part of cervical adjusting. And then if I do occiput, I use the thumb contact here. And I'll drive in like this. Okay. And I'm firing mostly the pec. Okay. And the core. So that's what I want you guys to. We're gonna start doing just some tricep fires. Okay. Okay. Because you need your triceps a lot when you're doing certain thrusts. A lot of power comes from the triceps. Okay. And then you can just do. Yeah. Yeah. So we're not doing that position, but when you are toggling, you're doing that position. Okay. And so you can see how much power can come out. And look how fast you can do it. Okay. So you can actually walk around if you want to move around too. Yeah. Okay. So it's about that speed, and that's if you're gonna do any thrusting, you're gonna use a lot of tricep. But then when it comes to cervical, this is where I find people the slowest, is really the small twitch. So really work on just activating the pec. So you can touch your pec and see if you can just move the pec, just move your hand just a little bit. Okay, so try not to move so much, let's just get the twitch coming from your pec. Because I see a lot of times you're going to try to move your hand, your arm, really focus on that pec firing. Okay, in that small twitch in your hand. Okay, and you'll notice it's different on each side, so really work on getting that pec to fire. Okay, so I'm going to watch watch you guys. Yeah, so less movement. So you're doing a lot of movement there that you don't need to do. You just want to move just a pec and get that twitch in the arm. Okay. So I'm gonna. Yeah. So you're better. Really focus on the energy coming out of your fingertips. So visualize that energy coming out of the fingertips. Okay. Yeah. So a little bit more power coming out of there. Okay. That pec muscle with the twitch. Boom. I really get that thrust in there. Yeah. So not so much movement here. So you're firing a lot of extra. We just want the pec to fire, and then focus on the force coming out of the tip of it. Yeah, so don't do any torques, as like Don said. Yeah, just get that twitch. So we're actually trying to just move it slightly coming, maybe just a thrust with a little bit of, I guess if you're doing a P to A direction, just for it to come up just a little bit. But really focus on that pec firing. Yeah, so a little more pec fire. And this should be, all this force should be coming out of the fingertip. So just, it's okay, I mean, but we want to eventually get that pec, more of the pec to fire. Okay, so the best way to practice is just doing this. Just do like 30 of these every day. Okay, now some people do this in class. Just really, Okay, so next is you get into position. So if you're going to do a cervical, you get into position, and then now you're ready. You just want to do a small twitch. Yeah. Okay, so the force, what you're doing is you're shooting that way, but you're trying to get this just to move this way. This is where the force is going. Okay? Yeah. Okay? So it's just that little.
Wait, is this a supine circle?
Yeah, supine cervical. Yeah, so you're set up, and you're just getting that P to A. Just want that little P to A thrust, or lateral to medium, but it's all coming from your pec. Okay? Go fast. Let's see how many you can do. Well, I'm just saying the head is here, okay? And a lot of times if I'm going if I'm in that position, yeah, I mean, it would be in that way. I'm just saying, this is just setting up in that fencer stance position. Okay? I always adjust in a fencer stance position, mostly, versus in a straight stance like this, because you're going to get a lot more power coming through. But I actually sit on a ball when I adjust, mostly, or you can like this, but you get more power, and then if you have to kneel, then you adjust it and kneeling here. My left, you can see my left is a lot slower than my right. I can get way more speed out of that. Okay? So that's what we want to work on. A lot of speed. Because the occiput takes a lot of speed. And the aptus too. Okay? So really focus on that pec. And you can feel it, like activating. If you don't feel your pec firing, then it's wrong. Okay? So just activate the pec. Yeah. So you're using a lot more than the pec there. You're activating all these other muscles here. I want you just to activate the pec. Just try to isolate. Imagine like you're an African dancer, you know, and you move only one muscle. That's what you're trying to do. Yeah, you're just trying to, like a pop blocker. You're only activating isolated muscles. Calvin can show you. Yeah, so that's what I want. I want you guys just to activate the pec. Okay, focus on that. For that, a little bit of time, really focus on. Because a lot of you guys are doing a lot more of this extra force there. Okay, but it's really that small twitch that you're looking for. Okay? So, alright. So now you guys got that down. That's gonna be for the cervicals. Okay? But the big thing, this is huge, is one is balance and coordination. So you have to be able, if you're doing side posture, you should be able to stand on one leg. It should be pretty easy for you. So you guys can see.
Get your feet adjusted first.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After yesterday?
Yeah.
So you can switch to the other side. Yeah.
What is the
just this drop. Okay, it's a quick, so don't drop a lot, just drop small but quick. Okay, see how yeah, don't worry about your hands right now. No movement, just drop it with your hip. Okay, you're using the glute, you drop it. Okay, you switch sides. You just do a quick drop. Okay, all the power when you do the set is really just going to come from here. Okay.
The glue.
It's all me.
Once he said that, I started doing it right.
Yeah. Okay, but don't just drop straight, kind of drop at an angle because you're going to use that hip drop. So, okay. And you
So you're rotating your this
yeah,
side
yeah,
forward.
yeah.
Okay.
You're doing that hip drop in
So
there.
like that's up going towards the
Yeah. Okay. But it's most of the time you'll see people have hard time stuff off, but you can't even stand on legs. So you're doing pretty good. Okay. Alright. So yeah. And work on that dropping. You have all this control too. You can eventually later, I mean this is not necessary, but if you can go all the way down, all the way back up, you know, this is just more core strengthening. You can go forward. It's a little hard, Yeah. That's not necessary, but that's only good for snowboarding. Okay, so now that you guys got that down, so the next step would be, again, we're going to speed. So this is an explosive fast
One more time. Go on.
Yeah, I got it here.
Very nice. Okay, right, on. Let's go. Let's pull through.
Is that right? Get it.
So we're going to go back to speed now. Okay, so speed with most of the adjustments. We already got this small switch muscles, but now we need to train for power, and the best is explosive power. So we're going to side posture, any thoracic adjustments. That's going to be all the core. So what we're going to do is actually try to explosively jump as high as we can. Doesn't hit anything. Yeah, you guys want to switch away from that. Okay, so.
I got serious hops.
Okay, so as long as you guys have space there. Let me move this.
You're like, why is everyone laughing?
I was serious.
Okay, so you're gonna just jump as high as you can and bring your knees as high as you can. So, okay, so just do like 10 of those. Hey, let's count to 3 if you don't have 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay, let me watch you guys. You like it good? Okay, good. Go around. Nice. Good. Okay. Nice. Okay, pretty good. So I would say, you probably want to do this exercise more. And same with James. You guys did about the same, but everyone else is about the same amount of power coming out. But I'm just saying for you, it'd be harder for you to do like a thoracic or so every day. If you do 10 of these, maybe twice a day, you'll start to really both core muscles going. It's just similar to box jumps now, but you know, you can just jump anywhere. So it's easy. And then also I would say jumping in the snow or anything that will get your heart rate up too. But this is a good way to jump. But what I'm saying, I want to teach you is once you get your body to this point, like he's conditioned almost all the time to breakdance, and that's the same with adjusting. At a certain point, I don't really need to do these exercises every day because we've already conditioned ourselves. But maybe if I didn't adjust for like a year, I might need to do a little bit. But it's like once we get that muscle memory going, you already got the speed. And that's why everyone's different. Everyone's a different athlete. And this is, to me, adjusting is very similar. We're doing some similar athletic movements when we're adjusting people. Okay, so the rest is setup, which we did inside. So we got speed. Okay, a lot of speed exercises here. And then the other part would just be coordination. So this is a coordination exercise. So if you guys want to go back to your one leg, we'll end with this one. Arm up, this. So we're gonna, and this is going to work on flexibility too. This is a dynamic exercise. Open up. Yeah. Okay. So left and right brain activity as well. Good. Alright, he's doing pretty good. Okay, can I switch legs? It's going to be a lot harder. A little harder for me. A little bit harder. Okay. So last one is our cool down. It's all kind of being crouched down here. Okay. So we're gonna do one of our brain exercise. So it won't be so hard to intensive. Just touch your ear, your nose, and then you're gonna come back down. And you're gonna switch. And come back down. And switch. So you want to work on accuracy here. So this will help you with just be more specific with your movements of your body. So you're more coordinated. Okay. Okay. And then once you get the specificity down, but don't do that yet until you get the coordination. So you want to do the same spot every time. Because if you're missing your nose, and you're training it wrong, you want to train it to find it here. Yeah, so this is like spatial training. Yeah, I'm going to touch down and then touch your leg there. Come back. Good.
You got me. I picked my nose on it.
Okay, so we're going to huddle up and then go through the warm up. And so we're going to go in and just workshop and I'll help out. But I just want to end with just remembering the main reason why we learn how to adjust is to serve one another. So we're actually like giving of ourselves. We're not just like treating people, we're like giving our energy, we're giving, helping others to heal, and that's a big part. So I wanted to just remember during this whole retreat, focus on this attitude of like thinking, appreciation. I really love teaching, so it's great teaching us how to snowboard, and it's cool, especially first time, because that's one of my passions. So I'm really glad that you guys all made it out, and hope we continue this really awesome learning experience together. Woo!
Thank you.
Oh yes, last thing, we're gonna go over some movements. Now we're gonna move to now we're actually gonna specificity. So we're gonna. She wants wants to learn how to do certain movements. So now we're gonna focus on, we didn't do standing movements that we can work on. So everybody touch here, okay? And we're gonna work on the anterior thrust move. So what you're gonna do is get in a fencer stance, and then you're going to do a chest thrust, okay? So you're really trying to be explosive. Imagine you have like a ball coming at you, and you want to, like it's like a light, like one of those bouncy balls, bounce it as far as you can. Okay?
Do you put like recoil on that, or is it?
No recoil,
thrust and
just
hold?
thrust.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing. Most, I would say area adjustment, just thrust and hold. Don't do recoil, because sometimes your skin gets sticky and pulls on it, and it's like goes back, back. So just hold it there, be confident, just boom. Okay. So, and then this is the other one we did earlier. This is just more postural exercises. Okay.
Sideways turn.
Yeah, but make sure you're in a fencer stance, or then it won't hurt your back. Gravity goes into your spine. So what you do is you put weight, on the one leg. So you're gonna tippy toe. Yeah, so you're gonna weight.
Oh, that video.
So you're just stabilizing your body with the back leg. Okay. The other thing that I do is the shoulder roll. So this is just increasing range of motion of the shoulder joint. Folks, we do too much computer, too much phone, texting, driving. This just opens everything up. So this is, I think, one of my favorites. And you'll notice, you can easily tell how restricted someone's shoulders are when they do this exercise. They can't even move. Go backwards, backwards. Yeah, back stroke. Yeah, okay. Nice. Alright. Good. And last thing here is for adrenals. So the cool down is, and I have to remember to do this myself because I'm always running around doing all sorts of stuff. Just breathing in deep into your whole body, like into your stomach. And just slow breathing. You need to breathe in slow. You can breathe through the nose, up to the mouth, however you want to do it. But I'm not a breathing expert, but I just remind people to just slow their breath down. So they're always like doing these half breaths. So that's going to be good for the brain. It's also good for your adrenals, and it calms your body down. It's just that's the intention sometimes too. You don't want to be stressed touching your patient, and you don't want to be in this non-relaxed state. So the patient will know how you are feeling. And so a lot of times you're touching this person, your hands are shaking, they're sweaty. It's not going to be good. Yeah. So the more confident you are, the more speed you have too. It's going to go a lot easier, and that's why I think I like the idea of adjusting with ease. So I hope this whole retreat we adjust with ease. Everything's gentle and specific, and with a nice specific force in there. So so we can go back in.
I'll start this.
I'll grab that.